The Ancient Origins of the Fijian People, a story of migration and legend. Welcome to another episode where we dive deep into the origins of the Fijian people. Where did they come from? How did they journey across the vast Pacific Ocean? Today we explore the different theories and the legendary voyage that led our ancestors to the islands of Fiji. Sit back, relax, and let's travel back in time. Chapter 1. Theories of the Fijian Origin. Fijians have always been known as great warriors, skilled navigators, and proud people with a rich history. But where did they come from? Many stories and theories have been told for generations, each giving a different version of how the first Fijians arrived. First theory is the African theory. One of the most debated theories suggests that Fijians are descendants of people from Africa. Some historians believe that thousands of years ago, a group of African explorers left their homeland and sailed across the Indian Ocean, reaching Asia and the Pacific. The similarities between some African and Fijian traditions, as well as physical features, make some believe that there is a connection. Second theory is the Lost Tribe of Israel theory. Another theory suggests that the Fijians are part of the Lost Tribes of Israel. Some researchers point to cultural and religious similarities, like traditional Fijian ceremonies that resemble ancient Hebrew practices. This theory is not widely accepted, but it remains a fascinating idea among some Fijians. Third one is the Egyptian connection, the god Ra. Ancient Egypt was a powerful civilization with great knowledge of sailing and exploration. Some believe that Egyptian explorers traveled far across the ocean, reaching the Pacific. The Fijian god Ra has the same name as the Egyptian sun god Ra, leading to speculation that the first Fijians might have had links to Egypt. Fourth theory is the Asian theory, the Lapita people. The most widely accepted theory is that the Fijians are descendants of the Lapita people, a group of seafarers from Southeast Asia. These people were skilled at sailing and navigating using the stars, waves, and winds. Archaeological evidence, like pottery, suggests that the Lapita people moved across the Pacific over thousands of years, eventually reaching Fiji. And the fifth theory is the Polynesian connection. Another theory connects the Fijians to Polynesians, particularly Samoans and Tongans. Many words in the Fijian language are similar to those in Samoan and Tongan, and there are shared customs and traditions. While Fijians are considered Melanesian, there is strong Polynesian influence in their culture. Chapter 2. The Great Voyage Across the Ocean. Regardless of which theory is true, one thing is certain. The ancestors of the Fijians were brave and skilled seafarers. They traveled across the Pacific Ocean on large, double-hulled canoes called drua. The drua is a traditional double-hulled canoe used by the Fijians for long-distance voyages, warfare, and transportation. It was designed for speed, stability, and carrying capacity, making it one of the most advanced seafaring vessels in the Pacific. The two hulls provided balance, allowing it to handle rough ocean waters, while its large triangular sail helped it harness the wind for fast travel. Unlike single-hulled canoes, the drua could carry many people, supplies, and even warriors during battle. The craftsmanship of the drua reflected the skill of Fijian boat builders, who used strong hardwoods and traditional lashing techniques to construct these majestic vessels. It was a symbol of power and prestige, often owned by chiefs and used in important journeys. One of the greatest legends tells the story of Chief Lutuna Sobasoba, the leader of the Great Migration to Fiji. He and his people set sail from a distant land, traveling across the open ocean with faith in their gods and ancestors. Their canoe, named Kaunatoni, was said to be a sacred vessel, built with the strongest wood and guided by the wisdom of their elders and the stars above. As they sailed, they faced many challenges like powerful storms with waves crashed against their canoes, testing their strength and courage. Sharks and unknown creatures lurked beneath the waters, but the warriors stood firm. With limited supplies, they relied on fishing and the rain for survival. Despite these hardships, the people on Kaunatoni never lost hope. They believed that they were destined to find a new land, a place where they could build a great future for their children. Chapter 3. The Arrival in Vuda. After a long and difficult journey, Chief Lutuna Sobasoba and his people finally saw land. They had arrived at Vuda, the legendary first landing place of the Fijian people. As they reached the shore, they stepped onto the warm sand, feeling the earth beneath their feet. But their journey was not over. The new land was beautiful, but it was also filled with challenges. The land was covered in thick jungles, making it difficult to find space for villages. When Lutuna Sobasoba and his people arrived in Fiji, it is believed that there were already indigenous inhabitants living on the islands. According to oral traditions, these early settlers were the Kai Ra, the people of the Ra province, particularly from the Nakavadra mountain range. Some legends suggest that these original inhabitants were descendants of an even earlier wave of migration, possibly from Melanesia or other Pacific islands. The arrival of Lutuna Sobasoba and his people led to interactions between the two groups, sometimes peaceful, other times marked by conflict. Over time, they intermarried and integrated, forming the foundations of the modern Fijian people. The Nakavadra region later became an important spiritual and cultural center, deeply connected to the origins of Fijian society. Chief Lutuna Sobasoba led his people with wisdom, assigning different groups to different tasks. Some became fishermen, others built homes, while others explored further into the islands, discovering new places like Nakavadra, where they eventually settled. Chief Lutuna Sobasoba was believed to be a wise and powerful chief, chosen by the gods to lead his people to a new land. His sons played a crucial role in the settlement of Fiji. Each son and his descendants were assigned different regions to settle, creating the foundation of the Fijian people. Rokamautu is said to have traveled inland and established the first settlements in the Nakavadra mountain range, which became an important spiritual and cultural center. Another son, Ravaravu, moved towards the west and established settlements in what is now Ba. Other descendants spread across the islands, some settling in Rewa, Virata, and Bua, where they became prominent chiefs. Oral traditions suggest that some of Lutuna Sobasoba's people traveled eastward, integrating with the existing communities in Nakelo, where they contributed to the region's political and cultural influence. The relationship between Buddha and Nakelo symbolizes the spread of the first Fijians, uniting different regions through ancestry, chiefly lineages, and shared traditions. A village named Vunawaivai in Nakelo is believed to have kept the Kaunatoni canoe. While many historical accounts associate Bao with the preservation of the canoe, some elders and traditional knowledge holders from Nakelo maintain that Vunawaivai played a crucial role in safeguarding this important piece of Fijian history. Whether it was in Bao, Vunawaivai, or another location, what remains undisputed is its legendary role in the origins of the Fijian people. Over time, these early settlements grew into powerful kingdoms, each with its own traditions and leadership, but all tracing their roots back to Lutuna Sobasoba and the first great voyage to Fiji. Chapter 4. The beginning of a new life. As time passed, the Fijians adapted to their new home. They built villages, developed traditions, and created a strong society. They became master boat builders, warriors, and farmers. Fiji was now their home, and they honored their ancestors who had made the great journey. They told stories of their voyage across the ocean, passing them down through generations so their children would never forget where they came from. Lutuna Sobasoba's descendants became great chiefs, and his legacy lived on in the hearts of all Fijians. And that, my friends, is the incredible story of how the first Fijians arrived in these beautiful islands. Whether from Africa, Egypt, Israel, or Asia, one thing is clear, that the ancestors of the Fijian people were strong, fearless, and determined.